Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. Nelson Mandela said these words whilst addressing the United States Congress on the 29th of June 1990. Today, as we debate refugees' human rights, we must remember these words. Refugees' rights are human rights. It is as plain and simple as that, Mr Deputy Speaker. And we as a country have a proud history of standing up to dictators and those wishing to take those rights away from individuals. Now, today, we have a duty to stand up for the rights of refugees too. No one should face being trafficked to a strange country. No one's family should be ripped apart by war. No one should be profiting from human suffering and hurt. But we see the refugee crisis in the Mediterranean, Libya, Syria, Yemen, Palestine and the stateless Rohingya Muslims. We see the bodies washed up on the beaches. These people are facing devastating human rights violations. And we say that human rights are refugees' rights? Mr Deputy Speaker, as a country we must take the lead on this. We need to make sure that we use our place in the world to make the voices of the vulnerable heard, that their rights are defended. Protecting the rights of those who seek asylum here in the UK allows those people to fully participate and to flourish. I would like to commend the work of Sanctuary Kirklees and Destitute Asylum Seekers Huddersfield, known as DASH, for the work they do in Kirklees to support asylum seekers and refugees. I would also like to offer a warm welcome to the newest members of our community who have settled in Kirklees after their arrival from Syria last week as part of the Vulnerable Persons Resettlement Scheme. For the next minute or so, Mr Deputy Speaker, I want to talk about a specific project called the Buzz Project in Marsden, in Combe Valley, my constituency. This is a great example of how we can support those fleeing persecution. Set up by Dr Ryad Alsous, a world-renowned beekeeping expert and former professor of agriculture at Damascus University. Ryad came to Britain as a refugee, escaping from Damascus in 2012. With help from Kirklees Council, Sanctuary Kirklees and the River and Canal Trust, he set up this beekeeping project. The Buzz Project's aim is to help local refugees and job seekers to find a place and purpose in the community by keeping bees. When I met Ryad at the opening of the Buzz Project in my constituency, the Combe Valley, he spoke about how these 10 wooden hives represented hope for the future and proof that second chances sometimes come in the unlikeliest of places. Mr Deputy Speaker, Ryad's words on this subject are far more powerful than mine can ever be. He said, "I know how hard it can be when you are displaced. You carry with you an emotional tension, and the experiences and memories of what went before can make you feel isolated." Mr Deputy Speaker, I know a number of members wish to contribute to this debate or have contributed, so I'm just going to finish quickly with this. Let us remember the words of Nelson Mandela in 1990. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. We need to stand up for refugees' human rights, but we also need to give them a second chance in life, just like Ryad is doing with the Buzz Project.